Well, hello everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, and here I thought for sure I was going to be able to pop on live a lot earlier um yesterday. Oh my goodness. And then I got extra things tossed onto my plate and I had to tackle those first, unfortunately. And so yeah, so if you're catching me on your noon hour, on your lunch hour, hello. What's for lunch? I need to eat lunch, by the way. Oh my goodness, yeah. I just can't believe, but yes, I can. This is what happens sometimes. The days go by so fast when extra stuff gets pulled onto your plate. That's all right. That's all right. We have a wonderful, wonderful thing to share today, you guys. With a whole new hope necklace is here, and okay, sharing this into the Bling Boutique. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. You guys know how this works, right? As you're watching this, catching me on the live or even on the replay, it's so important to just talk to me. Today's your last day to get in on my comment drawing, right? Where every single week I draw a random person from one of my lives that wins a random prize. Speaking of prizes, I'm still out of bubble mailers, you guys. So unfortunately, there are some prizes that are just sitting there waiting to be mailed in some fabulous bubble mailers. I always seem to all of a sudden run out of those as soon as I'm trying to get a mass mailing done. It happens. That's just the way it is. So tell me something in the comments section. Hello to me. What do you have something fantastic planned for this weekend, or are you just going to take the time to rest and relax and enjoy your family? Maybe you are working during the weekend. Maybe you have days off during the week. I want to know. I'm curious because, it's always good to form this community and know who's watching the lives and know, kind of like, I love to get to know you guys, right? It makes it a lot more personal, than just me talking at a screen. Okay. So, fun fact I was going to tell you guys, since I told you that I had extra things, tossed on last minute onto my plate. Did you know, this is a true thing. Did you know that, say you're in the middle of a project and all of a sudden somebody comes in your office or somebody comes and bugs you and pulls you away for a moment, even if it's for a moment, it takes you approximately 30 minutes to get back onto the project that you were working on, even if it's just for a moment. Like, and it is so incredibly true. It is so incredibly true. Once in a while, my husband, oh, I love him to death, but he'll just walk into my office and I'll be right in the middle of something, and then he'll start talking. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't consume whatever you're telling me right now. I'm really sorry. Can you wait a moment while I finish up what I'm doing? And then you have my full undivided attention. But anywho's, yeah, unless it's an emergency, obviously. So yeah, but that's okay. That's all right. We're going to get things done and go from there. We had a brand new item drop today, and I do want to say I'm going to show off the new item, but I saw a request on the lives that, somebody wants me to do a segment on statement earrings. And I am more than happy to do a segment on statement earrings for you guys. More than happy. So expect that to be sometime next week. I will talk all about statement earrings, and we'll go into some fun things about earrings in general and all that stuff. Okay, so expect that next week. But in the meantime, it's Friday, and unfortunately for us, we are probably, well, my husband's got to work, so I'm going to do some fun things with the kiddos, and do some things that this might be the last weekend that we get to do them. Unfortunately, because, some good things have to end during the season. But I have to show you. Okay, so I don't know why I'm holding this. I need to hold this. This is the new Hope necklace. Now, every October, for the longest that I've remembered, Parkland always does a wonderful give back to Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And right now, it is the Hope necklace. And the Hope necklace is $24 with any purchase. I already tested it out. I put a pair of impression earrings in my cart. Those are only $30, right? And then I added the Hope for $24, and it was going to let me check out. So it does not need to be a $40 order, any size order, but 10% is going to go back to Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And it is just this adorable ribbon necklace. Very dainty, very soft. There we go. That's so much better when I dim the light. Okay. This is so fantastic. And what a great surprise gift to give somebody who may be fighting their battles, or may unfortunately have lost somebody to breast cancer at any moment, really, at any moment, right? So pretty, so cute. Got that beautiful pink in there, and it's such a little dainty necklace that, look, it's the size of my finger. So just to give you an idea of the size of that pendant, but so incredibly pretty, such a great, thoughtful gift. And 10% goes back to Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And I will say this, like this, here's some different ideas for you guys. Because sometimes we hear about people fighting, and sometimes we just don't know what to do. And that is okay, you guys. That is completely okay. Not that I'm here to give advice, but sometimes a simple gesture of a simple necklace can go a long ways. Can go a long ways. I could share a story. I heard about somebody recently diagnosed. Well, at the moment, she was recently diagnosed with breast cancer and was starting to go down her journey of treatment and things like that. I really don't know this person whatsoever, but you know what? I gave her at the moment, we had a breast cancer item, and I just randomly gave it to her. No words, just like, here, praying for you as you go through this journey. And she sent me a message. She's like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I don't wear much jewelry, but I will be wearing this one for sure. And it meant a lot to her, you know. And a gift like this can go an extremely long way in somebody's journey, somebody's, just even for those who are caregivers. I was actually just talking to a different person in our community who is supporting somebody else who's fighting, not necessarily breast cancer, but you know, it's just like, oh my gosh, make sure you're taking care of you too, because caregivers are so incredibly important, right? To the fighter, to the survivor, and all of that. And they're not to be forgotten either. So as you think about those that you want to support in their journeys and things like that, remember all the other people that are circling around that person, because they could use some love too. And jewelry is just absolutely fantastic. So, okay. So this necklace is so cute. It goes with so many different things. I mean, you can layer it with pieces. You can complement it with some bracelets. Let's see here. So for example, we have lots of really cute bracelets. Like this is the plush, right? The plush would be a great addition to the ribbon necklace. Any of our, like, Lush or Gem has pink in it, right, too? So I think those are just so cute. All right, so incredibly cute. And also, you could layer this with other necklaces. So for example, you can grab that princess necklace, the one with the beautiful cutout heart. This little guy, look how cute this is next to it. Okay. Layering necklaces like this is so hot and trendy right now, and it's minimal work, right? We don't need to think about like, oh, is it going to go together, all the things. You will find that they are layered like that all the time. I'm going to actually make it just a little bit longer. And here's the thing. If you are ever around some girls ages like 16 to 20 something, even down to like 15 and 14. Fun fact, those kids in that age range, I call them kids, like, okay, that young, like 15 all the way up to your mid 20s, they're the trendsetters. They're the ones that actually kind of help determine what's going to happen in the fashion industry and the trends and all of that. And so you will see lots of dainty layering pieces like that all of the time. So, hey, Jan, thanks for hopping on and talking to me. So it's really fun. I always like to, especially when I'm doing an in-person party, I always like to kind of listen to what those that demographic is saying when they're looking at the jewelry, because it's like, oh my gosh, yes, I've been hearing that, and here she's validating all the things I'm hearing. But but this is just a simple, sweet gesture, either for yourself or for a gift. Now's the time to think about giving, right? Also, I have to point out, like, I have our halo necklace on today with my Esme chain, just super simple today. And I have my Queenie earrings in. And of course, I had to put the honeycomb ring on again. But this would be a great addition to my halo necklace. This would be a really great addition to stacking the halo right alongside with the hope necklace. And because the camera's up there and I'm down here, I'm going to just take off my halo and show you what the two would look like in a moment. I'm a little tangled up here. Oh, I know why. Because I attached my Esme chain to my halo. I did. And if you don't know that trick, oh, I can show it to you. I can show it to you guys. So now I have to figure out which, without looking in a mirror, what's connected to what. Did I do it? I did. Okay, so the Esme is a two-part necklace. It comes with a white heart with some pearls, and then it has this cute chain that's removable, but the chain has a lobster claw clasp. So oftentimes I will just attach it right to the necklace. So if you look there, I attached one to the end of my halo, and the other one I attached partially upwards on the extender chain. So for those that are new watching me, this is one of my famous, I don't want to say famous. That's not the right word. This is one of my favorite hacks to do with our necklaces that have a lobster claw clasp at each side, is just to combine them with other ones. So let me show you what this looks like right next to the Hope necklace. Actually, that whole stack is so pretty. Isn't that so fun, you guys? Halo, Esme, and then you have a Hope in there. Everybody needs a halo and a Hope, right? I think so. What a fantastic cart, right? So if you're interested in any of this, this is all limited edition, but they are giving 10% back to Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and all of that. And speaking of giving back, one of my favorite things to do with my jewelry business is to give back. Okay. For example, I usually do a fundraiser for St. Jude's at least once a year. At least one time a year, we do one big old fundraiser for them. And then I also love to do a fundraiser for a charter school. We usually do that one around November. And all of the things. I just love to do fundraising. I've done a lot for Relay for Life in my past years with the jewelry business and all the things. And I love to do that kind of thing, whether it be for a cancer reason or St. Jude's, which is, cancer as well for kids, and other things. You guys, I'm your girl if you are looking to do some fundraising. I've even done amazing animal shelters. I did a cat rescue place here in the cities. It was so fun. Like, I got to go in there and we did the party in the a whole room full of cats. It was a little crazy, but it felt so good to be able to write them the check after the fundraiser was over and hand deliver that and be like, here, I hope this helps um, their um, their shelter and stuff. So it's I love to do fundraising, and there's two different kinds of fundraising we can do. Park Lane does have a 50% give back fundraising program. And when we do it with them, that has to be a 501c pre-approved fundraising we have to get pre-approved for it before we can start advertising it. Now with those ones, everything is full price, but 50% of the item cost goes back to the foundation, all right, or to the pre-approved 501c. Now, not everything is available on that kind of a fundraiser. So like our short-lived items like the honeycomb, those will not be available to be purchased. So 50% back of those items go back to the fundraiser. So sometimes with those 50%, they're wonderful. Don't get me wrong, but the item choices are a little bit smaller. However, if you are part of like some 501c and you would love to just center your advertisements around like one item, like the hope necklace or the impression earring, or the hope necklace, I'm sorry, the halo necklace, or like the impression earrings, we can do that because it's just taking one item and showing it off to your people, and they know that 50% of their item that they purchase goes right back to the 501c. So all right, so that's fundraising through Park Lane. Fundraising through me is a little different. We're able to use the sale, and I give you a check out of my own personal profit check that I send right back to your foundation and all of the things. And then you get to use the sale and the bonus buys and all the things and all the style drops, and you can use all the jewelry on the website. So you have a choice. But just know that I would love to do that. Okay. All right. Couple of the reminders is my spin the wheel is still happening, you guys. So if you host your party by the end of the last Wednesday of October, has to close that day, I will be spinning the wheel to see what prize that you get on top of your hostess benefits. Yeah, on top of your hostess benefits. So the prize wheel, the spin the wheel is still happening. And then also Mary Grace is still giving away all of the impression bracelets, all of them, to one lucky stylist. And then whatever stylist wins, she gets a second set to do whatever she wants with. And so anybody who orders this week, your names are going to go into that drawing for sure. Now, and I teased this yesterday, and I'm going to ask it one more time today, and then I'm going to determine what we are going to do. So I said, if we go back to Tuesday, I brought in a flash giveaway for like 2 days only. Now, I want to know if you're interested in a flash giveaway, because I did see some people write the word flash yesterday. If you want in on a flash giveaway, if you would love me to give away a bunch of prizes this week to people who order and all of the things, put the word flash in the comment section because we have early bird items. Early bird orders get a guaranteed item off of their wish list. I have a couple of those already gone already, so only a couple are left. Then when we reach 10, that means I'm going to give away a $200 shopping spree to one of those 10 people. All right. And then when we reach 15, there's going to be another $200 giveaway. And then when we reach 20, then there's going to be two $150 shopping sprees. So a lot of jewelry to be given away all in 1 week. And if that interests you, write the word flash in the comment section. And because I want to see who all sees this live today and actually writes the word flash. I saw some people wrote flash yesterday. Don't worry, I saw that. But I want to know today. And last but not least, I did say with every 2 orders, I would be giving away a non-jewelry prize to one of those 2 people, right? So yes, let me know. Put flash in the comments if that interests you. All right, but main thing about today's live is this incredible ribbon necklace called Hope. Beautiful pink, wonderful giveaway. Give back 10% to Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and it's available with any size order. Use the link in the description if that interests you. But in the meantime, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Be safe out there. Hug your loved ones, drink your water, get your rest, say your prayers, and I'll see you back here on Monday with, again, some wonderful things. All right. Talk to you later.